Okay. Many people seem to think that they are invincible when they're riding in a car. As an 18-year-old, I agree that it's pretty hard to grasp how easily you can die in a car accident and how quickly your life can end. And it's kind of strange to think about that it's dangerous to be in a car because we ride in cars every day. You actually have an 80% chance of being in a car accident sometime in your life, and 1 of every 5 drivers will be involved in a traffic crash this year. You might think that you're a good driver, but that doesn't mean that you're safe from all of the distracted drivers around you. You should always put your seatbelt on because wearing your seatbelt is the easiest way to prevent serious injury or death in case of an auto accident. The automobile is the #1 cause of harm and death in young people in the United States, and wearing your seatbelt is the best way to reduce these chances. The safety belt is used as one of the best defenses against unpredictable actions of like a drunk driver. And according to jmu.edu, approximately 35,000 people die in motor vehicle crashes each year, and about 50% of these people could be saved if they wore their seatbelts. It takes about 4 seconds to buckle your seatbelt, and by doing so, you reduce your chances of serious traffic injuries by 50%. Putting your seatbelt on also reduces your chance of dying by about 60 to 70%. Seatbelts should be worn at all times when you're going to be in a vehicle. For maximum protection, safety belts should be fastened before driving any distance or speed. 75% of crash deaths and injuries occur within 25 miles of the home. More than half of all injury-producing motor vehicle crashes involve low speeds under 40 miles per hour. Even slow-moving vehicles are dangerous, and in a 30-mile-per-hour collision, an unseatbelted 160-pound person can strike another passenger, or crash into the windshield, and or slam into the vehicle's interior with about 4,800 pounds of force. Most people completely forget to put their seatbelt on, but some people just refuse to wear them and are afraid to wear them. IIHS.org states that the nationwide usage of seatbelts in 2011 was about 84%. And if we had 100% seatbelt use, we could save close to 14,000 lives each year. More than 90% of all motorists believe that safety belts are a good idea, but less than 14% actually use them all the time. Some people are afraid to be strapped in a vehicle because they're scared that if they drove into a lake or something, they'd be submerged and then they'd be trapped in their car because they'd be strapped in with a seatbelt. And other people are actually scared because they're scared that they'd be strapped into a car that's caught on fire and might explode. And it's kind of a logical reason because one of my cousins actually got in a car wreck and the car was smashed, widthwise, and his sunroof was open, and since he didn't have his seatbelt on, he was able to escape from the car. But that's just one of the few chances where not wearing your seatbelt would actually be a safer idea. And I believe that you should always wear your seatbelt because my grandfather's brother actually died when he was 18 because he was in a car accident and he didn't have his seatbelt on. He actually veered off the road and hit a cement wall, and his car spun sideways, and he didn't have his seatbelt on, and he flew out the side window, and he died because he didn't have his seatbelt on. And about 9 out of 10 people actually listen to people when they're in the car with you and you tell them to put their seatbelt on, and that one person that might not put their seatbelt on could die while they're riding with you. So always be sure to make sure that your friends are wearing their seatbelt when they're in the car with you. And it's always not that hard to just ask because it takes about 4 seconds to buckle your seatbelt. And I hope that this speech will persuade you to wear your seatbelt.